Greetings, fellow man. Servus Männer. It's Red Pill Germany again, and I want to say a couple of words today because tomorrow, on January the 20th, will be the inauguration of President-elect, then President Donald Trump. And actually, here in Germany, it is already Friday the 20th, so actually today. So first of all, I want to say that I hope that the inauguration will be without any dangerous incidents. There are a lot of weird SJWs, leftists, and commie scum out there who want to kill him, and all these celebrities and the lying media, the fake news media, are actually adding to this hate-filled atmosphere of aggression and, well, anti-democratic culture, I would say. So I hope that the security forces have everything under control and the inauguration can proceed as planned without any incidents. That's the first thing I really wish for tomorrow. Then as a second point, I would say, for God's sake, if you are not a Trump fan, at least give this man a chance, You're probably still part of the Western world, and I just hope that some people can overcome their desire to be right and tell everyone I told you so, and I would rather see Trump succeed and with him the West succeed than saying, I told you he was a charlatan. Okay? So be open-minded, give him a chance, but at the same time, if you're pro-Trump, don't be a zealot, don't be a fanboy. And I know these memes of God Emperor Trump and all that stuff, that was awesome to troll Jeb Bush or Hillary Clinton or something like that. But now he is the president. And if he says something stupid, haha, or if he does something stupid, I hope people will call him out and be realistic about that. Of course, I wish him success, but if he does something that's stupid, I will also say that. And I expect every other person out there to say it also. Now, one of the things that I expect and that are very realistic, I guess, is that in internationally, but also within our countries, we can speak truthfully again. Yeah. So of course, Trump will be the end of PC culture to a large degree, not everywhere and not completely, but at least PC language and newspeak will be on the decline again, and I hope that people can call things by their true names again. And this is really necessary in the Western world, where a lot of problems were arising from the fact that you couldn't use certain words anymore, or you had to walk on eggshells around certain groups. That is really not healthy, that is not good, and it doesn't lead to anything good either. So, and also, I think Trump is a tough negotiator and a businessman, basically, and that can also be a good thing for the West. When people in Europe and the partners of the United States are forced to play hardball a little bit and to also negotiate in a more tough manner, and they will be challenged by Trump. And that will lead to the fact that we also will elect stronger leaders again who can keep up with Trump. And this will probably lead us to a culture of stronger, more decisive leaders who are grounded a little more in reality and just cannot afford sentimentalities like the leaders that we have right now, who might be good networkers within their leftist SJW circles and who are really good at virtue signaling every now and then, but who cannot do actual politics. And one example for that is, of course, defense and military spending. Black Pigeon Speaks made a video recently about just that, and he said that there are a lot of freeloaders who are actually profiting from the fact that America is spending so much on its military and keeping up the peace in the world, basically, while countries like Japan and Germany are not spending a lot on their military, and others as well, not only, but I pick them as examples now, and we are in that sense freeloaders. So to that I would say that yes, for practical purposes, if you just look at the military spending and nothing else, and you say, okay, we're NATO states, for example, not Japan, but Germany is, and we spend less than the necessary 2% of GDP annually on defense, then yes, in that sense, we are freeloaders. But is that really freeloading, I might ask? Because if you look at Germany, for example, we were an occupied country. We were not a sovereign nation anymore since 1945, and we have been a divided country with a lot of Soviet and Allied forces in our country. And then we had to agree to the euro, for example, if we wanted to get reunified. All these things they did in order to weaken Germany, for example. And I don't think that 10% of GDP military spending would have been appreciated by America and our European neighbors. The fact is that they're all still very suspicious of Germany, not maybe outright afraid, but you also don't trust us. So I think it was in your best interest that we didn't spend so much on our military actually, because you don't trust us yet. And the other side of the story is, of course, that yes, while America spends a lot of money on their military, are they really keeping the peace? Is what George W. Bush did really keeping the peace? Was the Iraq war and the bombing of Serbia, was that really keeping the peace? Was supporting the Taliban, Al-Qaeda and now ISIS, was that really keeping the peace? And I hope that Donald Trump will end this way of doing foreign policy by just arming a bunch of savages and intimidate your opponents. Also, I think that Obama's drone strikes and destabilizing the Middle East by supporting the Arab Spring and then attacking Syria just in order to build a pipeline. Yes, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of military spending. A lot of taxes are spent on the military, yes. But is that really helping to keep the peace, or is it making us more free? I don't think so. So don't get me wrong. I would love to spend more money on the military in Germany. I'm not one of those lefties in Germany who don't think of themselves as freeloaders. They just basically think that military is evil and we don't need it. So they think A, there is no threat, and B, Germans cannot be trusted having a military. Even German lefties think that, not just our French neighbors, but the German left especially thinks that Germany shouldn't have an army. They don't consider themselves freeloaders. Now I'm in the other camp. I'm in the other team. I would love to have a bigger military. In fact, when I was a soldier in the German army, a lot of our higher officers said that it's time that we get rid of the occupying American forces here in Germany and we actually bring our army and our country back to old greatness. And I would be all in favor for that. Make Germany great again in that sense. And I would love to spend more of my tax euros or marks or gulden then maybe on a stronger military. I don't want to pay more taxes. I would know where to cut those expenses and where to take that money from that I would invest in the military. I think we all understand that, right? So in that sense, I am looking forward to the presidency of Donald Trump. I hope that he stays healthy and safe. And I see him as a challenge and as someone who is a rational person that we can work with. And I think if Western nations really adapt to a Donald Trump in the White House, it will be to our benefit. We will become more in touch with reality again. And hopefully, instead of being tree-hugging lunatics, we can do some real politics again and solve our problems. So I hope that people on both sides of the ideological landscape can be adults about the Trump presidency and not be a zealot who thinks Trump is some kind of god emperor, and also don't be a Trump hater. I mean, at least be open-minded. Give the guy and his administration a chance and just wait and see for yourself if their policies will be so horrible and so inhumane and fascist as you say they will be right now. Just wait and see. You cannot change anything anymore anyway. So why not relax and have an open mind? And if after half a year it becomes clear that he is an absolute fascist or an absolute totalitarian dictator, then you can still obsess about it. But at the moment, to me at least, it doesn't look like that. So to sum up, I have an open mind. I'm looking forward to Donald Trump's presidency. I wish him best of luck and health, especially in his old age, that he will remain just as strong as he proved to be during the campaign. And I think that especially countries like Japan and Germany will, in the mid to long run, profit from that because it brings reality and the requirements of actual politics back into our daily lives and into the political landscape in our countries. And we cannot duck away like we used to, but we actually have to start solving our problems and get our shit together. And I think Trump can be a help here. And as far as my channel goes, if necessary, I will call him out on bullshit, I will criticize him, but I have basically a positive outlook and I look into the future with some mild hope actually. Enjoy Inauguration Day. Servus, Kameraden!